Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yes. Hi.
Today we're looking into AI agents.
All right.
Specifically, we're diving into a YouTube video by IBM Technology titled,
Oh,
What Are AI Agents? I find it super interesting.
yeah.
And it's kind of mind-blowing to think about this technology that can, solve problems for us, not just answer questions. It's kind of a big shift from the way that we've been thinking about AI.
Yeah. We've traditionally thought about AI as this like one giant model that tries to do everything.
Yeah,
And we're really moving towards,
everything at once.
yeah, more flexible systems that can adapt to
Right.
different tasks and different situations as they arise.
And the video highlights how some of those older models
Yeah.
struggled with real world problems because they were limited to the data they were trained on.
Yeah.
They couldn't access personal information that they really needed
Exactly.
to answer questions.
Like the example they gave about vacation planning. If you were to ask an AI, how many vacation days do I have left?
Yeah.
A traditional model wouldn't know that
Right.
because it doesn't have access to your company's policy or your personal calendar.
And that's so frustrating.
Yeah.
As a user, we're like, why can't you do this?
Right.
I'm asking a calculator to write a poem.
Right. Yeah. It's not what it's built to do.
Yeah, but that's where...
But that's where AI agents get interesting because they combine these AI models
Yeah.
with other components like databases
Goals, yeah.
and tools and things like that to really get the job done.
It's like giving the AI a tool belt.
Yeah. A toolbox.
Or a toolbox, yeah.
to work with.
So it can actually access your personal data to give you that right answer.
Exactly.
Which is much more useful.
Way more useful.
Yeah. And the video talked about how that makes them more
Modular.
Yeah.
Adaptable.
Like you can swap out different tools depending on what the task is.
That's right.
But even with these advancements, they talked about some limitations.
Yeah. With our RAG.
Right. They talked about retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
Which is essentially like a compound AI system
Right.
that follows a predefined path to answer your queries.
And that predefined path is often called control logic.
Right.
And that can be a problem because it's like having a GPS
Right.
that only knows one route.
Uh-huh.
If you need to go somewhere else,
You're out of luck.
you're out of luck. Exactly.
Yeah, so you ask it about vacation policy and then ask about the weather. It's like,
It doesn't know what to do.
yeah,
It's stuck in its pre-programmed lane.
it can't deviate.
Yeah.
But that's where these AI agents really shine because they're using,
They use large language models
right, or LLMs.
to control the logic of the system.
Right, to control that logic and give it a lot more flexibility.
So it's it's actually got a brain now that can think and plan
That's a great way to put it.
instead of just...
Instead of just reacting based on how it's programmed, the LLM can actually think through the problem, break it down into steps, figure out the best way to use the tools.
So it's more strategic and adaptable.
Yes, much more.
Kind of like a master chess player.
Exactly.
It's like thinking 5 steps ahead.
And they did a great job of breaking down the components of this LLM agent.
Yeah.
The first component is reasoning, which is really the LLM itself.
So that's the control center.
The control center, the brains of the operation.
Okay.
Then there's the acting component, which involves using external tools.
Okay.
Like search engines, calculators, databases.
So it's it's got a whole team of specialists that it can call on as needed
I like that analogy.
to help it figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, there's memory,
Right.
which is super crucial because it allows the agent to learn from experience.
So it can remember, the steps it took to solve a problem
Right.
and use that to solve it even better next time.
Exactly. And it can even remember previous interactions with the user.
Oh, so it can get personalized.
Make it more personalized, yeah.
But how do you actually configure one of these to do all this?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it is complex.
Yeah.
But the video highlighted a popular approach called REACT,
Okay.
which stands for reasoning and acting.
Okay.
And it really focuses on this planning and execution using tools.
Okay. I remember they used the sunscreen example.
Yeah.
You asked the agent, how many bottles of sunscreen should I bring on my vacation to Florida?
Seems like a simple question.
But really, there's a lot that goes into that.
Right. You got to think about how long the trip is,
How much time in the sun?
how much sunscreen you normally use,
Yeah.
all these different factors.
It's a multi-step problem.
It is.
That it has to kind of figure out each step along the way and
Yeah.
maybe use a different tool for each one.
Exactly. It might access your calendar to see how long your trip is.
Oh, yeah.
It might check the weather forecast for Florida.
Uh-huh.
Maybe even search for public health websites to see how often they recommend applying sunscreen.
and then use a calculator to figure out exactly how many bottles it needs.
That's right.
Wow, it's like it's doing a mini research project.
And that's the beauty of ReSET, because it allows these AI agents to tackle these complex, multi-step problems
Right.
that would stump traditional AI systems.
Yeah, and what I found fascinating too is that not every problem needs this level of like AI autonomy.
Right.
They were talking about a sliding scale of autonomy.
It's about using the right tool for the job.
Yeah,
For simple tasks, a pre-programmed approach might be more efficient,
yeah.
but for these more complex, open-ended
The
problems,
flexibility of an agent is really key.
exactly.
I'm just curious, where is this all going?
Yeah, where are these AI agents already making a difference?
Yeah.
That's what we'll be diving into next.
Okay.
But before we do, I'm curious, what stands out to you so far?
What are your initial thoughts about all this?
About the potential of AI agents.
Yeah, AI agents.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to think about all the different ways that this could be applied. But what are your thoughts? It's definitely exciting
Yeah.
and a little intimidating at the same time.
A lot of potential,
Yeah.
but, moving pretty fast.
So, like, how is this playing out in the real world?
Right.
Like, are there concrete examples of this already happening?
Yeah, the video actually highlights some pretty fascinating applications
Oh, cool.
that are happening right now.
Okay, let's hear it.
One area is customer service.
Okay.
You can imagine AI agents handling those, like, really frustrating,
Yeah.
repetitive customer service calls.
Totally.
That would free up human agents to deal with the more complex issues.
Right, the ones that actually need a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that would be a huge game changer for businesses.
Oh, for sure.
Increased efficiency,
No more hold music,
no more hold music.
just to reset a password.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So customers get their issues resolved quickly and easily.
It's a win-win.
It is.
What other fields are being impacted?
Healthcare is another big one.
Oh.
AI agents could assist doctors with diagnosis,
Wow.
treatment planning, even patient monitoring.
That's amazing.
Think about how much data there is in medical records,
Right.
research papers.
It's impossible for a human to really...
It's overwhelming
Yeah.
to sift through all that.
That's where the power of AI comes in.
Exactly.
Right.
AI can analyze those massive data sets and pull out those insights that humans might miss.
Right, so you're moving from a reactive approach
Yeah.
to a proactive one where you can actually prevent health issues
That's
before they even arise.
That's right.
That's pretty amazing.
And it's not just specific industries like customer service and healthcare.
Yeah.
AI agents have the potential to change how we work and live on a much broader scale.
Okay, paint a picture for me.
Okay.
What does an AI agent-powered future look like?
Well, you could have a personalized AI agent
Okay.
that integrates into your daily life.
Okay.
Helps you manage your schedule, book appointments,
Mm-hmm.
make travel arrangements,
Wow.
even learn new skills, stay on top of your finances.
So it's like having a personal assistant
It is an ultra-efficient one.
who knows all your preferences
Exactly.
and takes care of all those like mundane tasks that we all hate.
That we all dread, yeah.
Yeah, like scheduling things.
It frees up your time and energy
Totally.
to focus on what really matters.
I think that addresses a really big fear that people have
Yeah.
about AI.
What's that?
That it will like make humans obsolete,
Right.
but it's more like a collaboration
It is a partnership.
between humans and AI.
I think that's the key. AI is a tool,
Right.
and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
It's really up to us to guide its development and make sure it's used ethically and responsibly.
Okay, so we've talked about reasoning, acting, memory, all those components. But how does it actually get so smart?
Right. How do you train these AI agents?
Yeah, what does that process even look like?
Well, it's a very fascinating and rapidly evolving field.
Okay.
It's not as simple as just like feeding in data.
Right.
It's more structured than that.
So it's like teaching a child a new skill.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
You have to provide instructions,
Yeah.
demonstrations, feedback.
Guide them along the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
One popular technique is called reinforcement learning.
Okay. I've heard of that.
You give the agent a goal,
Yeah.
and you reward it for actions that get it closer to that goal,
Okay.
and penalize actions that take it further away.
So it learns through trial and error.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't.
Yeah.
And with each attempt,
Uh-huh.
the agent gets better and better at achieving that goal.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
It's not just memorization.
It's about learning.
It's actually learning, adapting, and smarter.
That's right.
So AI agents are really pushing the boundaries here.
They are. They really are.
But we also have to acknowledge
Yeah.
that there are some risks.
Of course, with any powerful technology,
And challenges.
you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Proceed with caution.
What some of those things that we should be thinking about?
What are some of the concerns as this technology continues to evolve?
Yeah, what could go wrong? It really is like two sides of the same coin, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like so much potential for good, but
A lot of things could go wrong.
yeah, like how? What could go wrong?
Well, I think one of the big concerns is misuse.
Okay.
Like, people using these AI agents for malicious purposes,
Like what?
like spreading disinformation,
Oh, wow.
or even like manipulating people's opinions.
So like you could have AI agents creating
Yeah.
fake news articles
News articles, social media posts,
that are super convincing.
and they would look really convincing.
Right. It's already hard enough
Yeah.
as it is to like,
To tell what's real.
yeah, what's real and what's not.
Right. And AI could make that problem so much worse.
Yeah, because they can learn.
Exactly.
And they could adapt.
They could get better and better
And they could get really good
at crafting these deceptive messages.
at making things that we can't even tell
Right.
are fake.
It's a scary thought.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty scary.
It's not just about creating like static content either.
Right.
It's about AI agents that can have conversations,
Right. They can engage with people.
engage with people, answer questions,
And they can personalize.
even tailor their messages
Their responses.
to specific individuals.
Oh, wow.
So they become even more persuasive.
That's terrifying.
It is a chilling thought.
Yeah, but like, what can we do about that?
I mean, we have to think about ways to safeguard against those threats.
Yeah.
Develop security measures
Okay.
to kind of mitigate those risks.
So like AI detection systems.
Well, AI detection systems, education.
To teach people
Right, to help people.
how to spot these things.
Exactly.
But it
You
seems
could-
like it would be a constant.
It's a cat and mouse game for sure,
Yeah.
as we get better at detecting.
Right. They're going to get better
They're going to get better at hiding it.
at doing it.
Right.
So is it even possible to stay ahead of that?
It's a challenge, but it's one we can't ignore.
Yeah. The stakes are too high.
They really are.
Okay. So besides that, are there other concerns?
Yeah. We also have to think about the impact on society as a whole.
Right.
Like, how will AI agents change the nature of work?
Yeah. That's a big one.
It's a big question.
People are worried about losing their jobs.
Yeah, the automation of jobs.
Yeah.
It's a valid concern.
Especially for those jobs
Yeah.
that are like repetitive tasks that are easy to program.
Right.
Yeah.
But AI could also create new jobs.
Right? Right. Like we can't even
Jobs that we can't even imagine yet.
Yeah.
Like, think about what happened with the internet.
Totally.
It created so many new industries
Yeah.
that didn't exist before.
So we should be focusing on retraining.
Retraining,
Yeah.
upskilling workers
Getting people ready
to prepare them for these new jobs.
for this new future.
Exactly.
So it's about adapting.
It's about adapting lifelong learning,
Yeah.
embracing change.
Mm.
Who knows what the future holds?
This is really eye-opening.
It is.
Yeah, this whole conversation has been.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
It's clear that AI agents are going to have a big impact.
Yeah, a huge impact on all of our lives,
And I think the most important thing is to approach it responsibly.
individually and collectively.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to have these open and honest conversations.
Yeah, about the ethical implications.
Exactly, involving all different perspectives.
To make sure that we're building a better future.
That's the goal.
This has been another incredible deep dive.
It has.
We've explored the potential of AI agents,
The good and the bad.
the risks and challenges.
That's right.
But it's so important to stay informed
Yes, stay curious.
and be part of this conversation
Absolutely.
because this is shaping our world.
It really is.
So to all of our listeners out there,
Keep learning.
keep questioning.
Keep pushing the boundaries.
Until next time.